Howdy folks, this is the Novice back with another video. Wanted to help you guys out that are getting ready to start with the new launch of Dual Universe after a couple of years of beta work here going on. Giving you some other tutorials here on what you can do. I'm gonna go ahead and look in my container here, and I'm gonna sort it. It's already sorted high to low. I'm gonna see what voxel I have the most of, and I'm gonna select it. Actually, I need to select it in this one. Alright, so I'm going to equip that. That's the galvanized gray iron. Alright, so I'm going to go up to the roof now. 1, 2, up here at the roof. And you see I've started a little lattice work of, took some voxel and made some lattice work here. I want to expand on that a little bit. I'm going to hit the build mode. I'm going to hit the 2 key, which is the deploy voxel tool, right? And as you can see, there's kind of a little picture of a voxel right there. And what we're going to do here is we're going to go to roughly to the center, and we're going to put one there. So I'm just going to click, and it'll put one. Oh, it totally does that. Sometimes it messes with the adjacent ones. It pulls them out of shape. There are ways to avoid that. I'm going to hit Alt and then click that, hit delete. Oh, and it worked. I'm going to hit undo and undo. Let's just stop that. Alright, so let's just go back this way from the middle. We'll work it the other direction. I think it'll work better. Alright, so I've got a little box set there, and as you notice, I've got a little ghostly figure here. I'm going to click the left button again. Boom. It did that whole row for me all at once, right? You have to be at the right aspect. Sometimes it'll want to go up or down. In this case, you got to be looking the right way to get it to go the way that you want it to go. So I'm going to go ahead, and if it messes with a voxel, it messes with a voxel. I'm not going to worry about it. And it actually did it right that time. So I'm going to also go to the corners out here, and I'm going to put some poles up. So what I'm doing is I'm actually building this out to the very edge of my small core frame. So I can go all the way up there to the top. So I'm actually going to run one up to the top here. The reason I'm doing that is I want to be able to run some lights. Okay. Notice it's going out and along the way I don't want it to. It's going down. I don't want it to go down. I'm just going to hit 2 and delete it. Go back, open it up. Alright, now I got the right aspect and I'm able to come up with it. Oh, I didn't go quite high enough. Oh, no, I did. Okay. Let's go to this corner. We'll do the same thing. Let's see, over on the right it shows me how much I have left, and I've got enough. Okay, we're good there. Just putting these corner poles up just so I can see the boundaries, and also so that I can put lights up here if I want to. I may even put a landing pad up there and make another elevator up, who knows. Alright. So now I've got it kind of divided, and what I planned on doing was making different colors and different types of voxel and filling in some of these squares with different colors. Not what I would really design in real life as you know, a pad of many colors, but I definitely want to show you all some of the different colors that you can make. I am going to split this one more time. I'm going to put one right here. Just keep going until it turns red on me. When it turns red, that means you went too far and you can't go that far. Hey, it went all the way across. How about that? Let's see, do I have enough? Yep, I got enough. I'll do another row here. I'm just randomly going across here. There you go. So that's not going to be an exact split. That was eyeballing it. Just trying to make some rough squares there. And, well, fill all that in and see how she looks. So this is going to be quite a bit of space when I move all this industry up from the bottom up to here. That'll be the next video, me actually moving it up and setting everything up in a lot more logical fashion. Yeah, we'll get all that taken care of. So I don't like the fact that this is sticking up through my voxel. See, this is actually higher. So I'm going to hit a 9 button, and I'm going to bring that down 1. Alright. Now, we might go 1 more just to be sure. Make sure it's below my voxel. That way it won't take up any room there. Alright, so I'll leave that container there. It's a pretty big container, huh? Not even the largest one. Talked a little bit about that last time around. If you didn't see that, watch the last video I did, where we talk about transfer units. So we've got the item making honeycomb. We're missing input components, it says. Let's look here. It says we're missing pure carbon. Oh, doesn't have enough. Alright, well, let's see if we can get some pure aluminum here. And put some more of that in there. And let's see if we can make some aluminum. So we should have some in here. So we got some painted red carbon. So we're going to do finish and stop. We'll just go with what we got. And then let's look at configuration. We'll look at just the aluminum. We've already done red. Let's do blue. Alright. So let's see here. Blue platter marble. So we're going to do something more vivid this time. We'll do a polished. Let's see here. What do we need here in our container? We need pure carbon. Let's try this again. Marble honeycomb, plastic honeycomb, steel honeycomb. So apparently I don't see a blue option. Let's just do this one. We'll apply this one. And in our container, we need marble product. Alright. So let's back off just a little bit. Show available productions only. So, well, no. Let's look at, let's go back to red. So there was a lot more red if we opened this up a little more. Let's go back, let's do yellow. Okay, let's try to do the yellow beryllium panel. All these others require a little more effort, so we're just going to go with this one for now. And we'll just start it making a run of that. It says it does not have enough. Which aluminum do I have? Oh, let's see here. Oh, I need beryllium. Well, let me work with this, folks, and I'll get back with you, and we'll keep moving. All right, folks, continuing on here, going back into our honeycomb industry, showing you the configuration here. what you want to do is, if you're just starting out, just look at the pure honeycomb materials. You'll be able to build out of tier 1 the aluminum, the carbon, the iron, and the silicon. Alright, so let's look at the iron one here. We've got one making right now. As soon as it's done, it's going to stop. So let's look at the next color that we want to build. Let's see here. We've got a red, we've got a purple, we've got a green. Thought we did blue. Did we not do blue? I don't remember. There's a lot of different stuff here. You get more vivid colors when you go into the some of the other options. We'll show you those later on. Maybe we'll do the painted yellow iron. We've already made a few different kinds here. Let's go on up to the top and let's look at what we've got already and let that build. Come back down and we'll start that last one up. And let's just show you what some of the colors are that we have here. We've got it sorted in quantity from high to low. Let's kind of reset that. Let's change it around backwards. Let's go back high to low, just to make sure it gets everything in order. Alright, so these are the ones we made so far. We've got a glossy iron. I wanted to do something shiny. We've got a painted red carbon, and we've got one building down there. So let's equip the glossy. Hit B. And let's see what we can do with this. Alright, so if we go here, should be able to put a row of it all the way across, right? Alright, and that's what it looks like. Nothing real exciting, is it? Some of the colors are vivid and some are not. You just gotta kind of work with them. Alright, so if we look at our tools here, we've got a line voxel tool, fills the space between two surfaces. We've got an area smooth. We've got different things, link. We've got replace voxel. Here's the select tool, number 7. Let's go to number 7. And let's select this right here. We're going to hit Control C, and it copied it for us. Alright, so now I can put it there. I can put it there. I can even move it with my arrows. Put it there, and I can hit 7 again. Now that I got a bigger selection, I can copy it again, Control C. This is how you do voxel libraries, by the way. You go to Control C to the voxel library, even if it's on a different core. You hit Control C and it copies it. When you get here, you hit Control V. Right? Alright, so that's actually overlapping the building, so I'm going to actually move it back. Whoops, wrong way. Let's look at it here. So that should be right at the edge. Boom. Alright, so that's what glossy iron looks like. Nothing spectacular, is it? Let's get out of build mode. I mean, it doesn't look any better. I mean, it looks alright. But if you want particular colors, you gotta use them. There's glossy iron right there. I should have showed you that one. Let's look at the painted red carbon. Alright, let's build that one. It's not gonna be a vivid red, I'll tell you now. See, look, it's going this way. We don't want it to go that way. So I'm just gonna hit 2. I'm just gonna stand right here, or fly right here. Gonna pull it across all the way. Now that looks a little bit more cool. So let's hit the 7 tool, grab that end, we'll grab this end, it'll get everything in between. Control C. And there we go. Pretty quick to do it this way. See, it kind of puts a pattern on there for you. So So let's hit the 7 again. And let's grab this whole thing from corner to corner. Control C. And this is how you build ships too, not just bases. Alright, I'm gonna connect it right here. It's gonna overlap into the building. We're going to move it out away from the building, and then we'll move it back in until it lines up right. Get above it where we can see. Just one more. Nope, I'm hitting the wrong key. There we go. Make sure I'm level. There we go. Alright, so the red's kind of cool. That makes a decent floor, right? Let's go down here. I know there's no fall damage. Alright, so let's go back to configuration. We have some iron left, so I'm going to make something out of iron. Let's go painted purple iron. Alright, so we'll start that. We'll pull the ones... Oh, we got purple silicon. Oh well, we'll have 2 purples. Let's go back up here. We have a couple different ones to try here. Hit B to go into build mode. Maybe. Alright, took it a minute to... Alright, so we got painted green aluminum. Let's try that and see how she looks. Alright, so we're gonna position ourselves. We need to get the 2 key. And we'll... Look at that. It's going the wrong way. It's going that way. And we'll hit 2 and 2 again. Just do this. Alright, we're going to hit the 7 key. Control C. Move up just a little so we can see. So you got to kind of get the edge right on there. And that's how we do it. How do I do this last one? I just let it overlap back into this one and it works out just fine. See? Alright, so let's, that's the green. We'll take another better look at it. See, I got quite a bit left. I had 180 meters square and I still got quite a bit left. So you can go a long ways with some of this stuff. So now I'm into purple. So notice I have it still copied, so it's going to let me do this way. Alright, let's get down here level with it. Let's see if we can get it to turn. No, doesn't want to turn. Let's just go that way then. So notice I still have what I selected previously, but since it's got my new voxel, it's let me put it in there too. So just kind of following the same scheme. Could I recopy it and paint a bigger chunk? Yes. When you're making runways, huge runways, large, extensive runways, you're going to grab the biggest area you can and you're going to paste it in all at once. Whoops. I'm going to hit backspace. It's going to get rid of that. Alright? Because I messed up there. Alright, so there's the purple. And let's look at some of the more vivid colors that you might get. I'll show you some of this stuff. So here's a matte white carbon fiber. I don't have very much of it, but we'll do what we can. We don't even have enough to do that. Let's just go into build mode and see how many we can do. Whoops, that's not gonna work. Let's try this again. Let me get down just a little. Get lined up right. There we go. Alright. Don't know how much it's going to let me make. Oh, nope. Does not like me sometimes. If it turns red, that means we're out. right? Right there, that's as much as I can make. Alright, so that's the matte white carbon fiber. Notice all the consistency looks a little bit different. I'm going to turn this off, the build mode. So there's our glossy iron again. There's our painted red carbon. Painted green aluminum. There's the painted purple silicon. So as you can see, there's a whole lot of stuff out there, and I'm only showing you the basic voxels. I'm not even showing you the really good stuff because it takes a little bit to be able to make that. So let's go ahead and put some red down, some like different kind of red than what we've been using. Whoops. Gotta turn build mode on, don't I? Back up. Try this again. Alright, so let's go straight over here. And that's a lot darker red than this one. Let's put some right here just so you can kind of compare the reds a little better. Oh, come on. Alright, we'll go that way. I don't have enough. Alright, we got a little bit of red. You can see that's a lot different red. It's a lot different red than this red. So this one's again, the painted red carbon, and this one's galvanized dark red steel, right? So a lot of different textures, a lot of different colors. We've got some galvanized gray steel here. We'll try that. Put it in one of these. Let's just test this out. Okay, so that's almost a black. It's a really dark gray. I do have more of it, so I'll do go ahead and copy it. Control C. This is going to be crazy looking when we're done because I'm just going to leave it like this. Yes, yes I am going to leave it like this even though it looks like crap. It will be the pad of many colors when we're done. Okay, let's look at some more here. I think we have some more building down here. Let's go grab it if it's done. Oops, wrong one. This one. Oops. Nope, it was this one. Alright, put that purple in there. Let's go back up and try the purple. Should be right here. Oh, that's wrong. To get my aspect correct. Try this again. Hang on. Notice I got to start on the side of the cube like that. Takes some practice to get used to doing this. And I'm not in practice right now, so definitely some brighter colors out there than this. But sometimes you use what you have, right? And voila, we're almost done with this one. Alright. There we go. Alright, so there's our purple. That's painted purple iron. So lots of different options here. Wait, did I already do that one? Oh, that's painted purple silicon. Can I tell the difference? Oh, they got different patterns. Okay. So definitely a lot of options to choose out there. Let's look at some more of these bright ones down here, if I got any. There's a glossy silver. Not very much. Hardly any, actually. Let's put it in this little spot right here. Not gonna be able to go very far. Right there. Alright. So there's the glossy silver next to the galvanized dark red steel next to the matte white carbon fiber. And also next to the galvanized gray steel. Let's look at here. So I've got galvanized gray iron, galvanized gray steel, light gray steel, white carbon panel. Let's check that. We haven't done that one yet. We'll do a line over here. Now, let's see here. Okay, that's different. And we have a little bit left. Let's go ahead and see how much more we can do. Oops. Undo. Backspace is undo. There's a redo button too, like if you want to undo and then redo. It would be really helpful if I could remember what it was, but I can't. So if anybody can remember, say in the comments what the forward space button is when you're building. I use backspace a lot. I don't use the forward space hardly ever, and I haven't done a lot of building in quite a long time. Alright, so I've still got just a little bit left. Not enough to do a whole row. Alright, so that is your white carbon panel. Alright, so you can see, you could make like a walkway of this surrounded by like your darker or your different colors. You could make your walls one thing. You could make it look like you have a marble floor in your palace that you build. I mean, it's endless what you can do with the voxel. We'll put a few more down. We've got a little bit more I haven't shown you. I want to show you. Let me find something black. Aged gray pattern. Do I have anything? I think I've used all the black up. Alright, so we'll do the aged gray. We'll do gray pattern steel. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pretend I'm making a runway here. Alright, so I'm making a runway and whoops. Hit this again. 2. There we go. Alright, so if this was my runway material. Alright, let's just go 7 and copy it since I can't seem to get it right today. Control C. Whoops. Gotta watch, you'll get voxel stuck everywhere if you're not careful. Oops. Alright, so let's pretend that this is my runway. And now I want to put a line down the middle. What's the best thing to do? Well, the best thing to use is use luminescent white glass. Alright. So what can I do here? I can take that same one that I was using. I'm going to hit the down key. And I'm going to put it right there in place of that. What it'll do is it'll replace it. Okay. So now, if this were my runway, and that would be the line on my runway depicting either the center or the end, or I can make it a dashed line by just going every other one. Maybe, let me go to my 2 key here. So, if I wanted to make it dashed, I'd probably do this. I'd probably go down, down. Not enough material. Oh, crap. Let me grab some of this. Well, no. So basically what I would do is I would do a couple in a row, skip a couple in a row, skip a couple, or maybe a whole like 4 in a row, skip 4, 4 in a row, skip 4 to make my dash line. Whatever you think looks good with scale on your runway. See how they've done these lines around the top of the building? This is more aesthetic than anything else. Even though these will provide light, it's only a very little bit of light when you get into something like this. So what I plan on doing is I'm going to jump off now, and I'm going to use all the voxel I have to fill in all these squares, and it's going to be every color imaginable, and I'm probably going to have to make some more voxel too, because I just probably don't have enough, but it will be certainly interesting when I'm done here what everything looks like. So but the point is just to get a floor down here and then move all the industry up here. That'll be in the next video. We'll move all the industry up, and we'll configure it where it makes more sense. And since this is going to be like a floor up here, I'm actually going to take these items off of here. These are decorative items. They don't serve any real purpose. And I'm just going to have the elevator up here, and we'll be good to go. So this will be a cleared area on top of the elevator where I keep it open, and we'll have our industry set up in a way that makes sense up here and link to the containers down below. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to link all the industry before I move it up, and just move it up. I'm not going to actually pull it off and put it on, because that takes everything off and I have to start over. I'm just going to link it correctly and then move it all up so I don't have to. It makes it hard going through floors sometimes, and I'll show you guys that when I bring the industry up. But basically, if I have the industry up here and my container hub or containers down below that I need to link to, how do I do that? If I've got all floor and I've got an elevator, because guess what? In build mode, I can't go down an elevator, right? Well, the only way is to open up a hole in the floor, take that 7 tool, copy, delete, go down through the floor, link everything back up, come back up and hit backspace to put the floor back like it was. So it's a pain. The other thing is I can bring the container hubs up here and do all the linking, and then bring the container hubs or containers down where I want. If I'm just using a hub, I'll often just grab this hub in build mode, and I'll move it up there near all my industry if I was using this as a link, and I would link what I needed to and then bring it back down here, right? Because as long as the link's established, if I move it, I'm good. If I actually take it off in build mode, take it away, it cuts all those links, so I'd have to do it again. So anyway, hopefully you guys have learned a little bit about making voxel. We're not doing any kind of VoxelMancer here. That's what they call it when you do the fancy stuff on ships. You do a little bit of VoxelMancer, you get a little bit of magic with the voxel. As you can see from the bottom down here, that glossy iron is pretty glossy when you get a light on it. So these all look a little bit different under different lighting sometimes. But certainly interesting patterns and stuff. We've got some just straight flat, no pattern, just red and yellow and green and purple and all that stuff. But you got to get into some of the product honeycomb materials in order to make those, you know, to be able to make something that's just a straight particular color, and you don't. It's a little harder to make these because you got to have the concrete product, so you got to make the concrete product, and to build the concrete product you got to have other stuff, so you got to build stuff to build stuff. So I did you guys the easy one, right? The carbon fiber, I used to like to build ships out of that. Let me give you a hint. Carbon is not the lightest item to build things out of, or the strongest item to build things out of. Oddly enough, concrete and wood are some of your best items as far as lightness goes. If you're going to put them on your ship, look at the weight of the stuff and make sure that you're good with it. Because what you think might be the lightest, like lithium and carbon, might not be the lightest if you look into you know, all of the considerations. Plastic used to be what I'd build all my ships out of because it was real light and easy to make. Coal was easy to get, and it's just not anymore. But you do get some nice solid colors when you get into these types of assets, and you can actually build some really cool colors and put them down. Some straight colors versus the patterns and stuff we have. Up there you got, like here, a glossy dark green. It's not patterned or anything, it's just a straight color. So you'll be able to get pretty much anything you want. There's people that make large flying dragons and every kind of ship. I mean, you see Transformers, you see everything from any of the movies out there, any of the sci-fi movies. Name a ship and it's probably been made in this game. Same thing with other games too. I mean, when I played Empyrean, Galactic Survival, and some of those others, you see all different kinds of carriers and ships that are from different movies, and fighters. It's actually pretty neat. So I want to leave you with this. There's some the last one's just asking you to subscribe. You can ignore that one. I'm not too worried about it. But the recruit a friend link is important, because if you use a recruit a friend link, you get extra talent points and extra in-game money, right? And if you enable two-factor authentication on your Dual Universe account, you get more talent points and more in-game money. And I think it's quite a lot, actually. I think it's 1 million. I can't remember if it was talent points or dollars, but it's quite a bit. And if you use the recruit a friend, you get several extra things. Watch my first video. Everything that's in that you get. Like you normally only have one container hub. I have 2 because I got one for recruit a friend. I also got some extra containers, and I got an extra ship. This one that I took apart out here, this was a recruit a friend one that it gives you. So it's well worth doing that. I'm not telling you to go in there and use I gave you guys my number if you need a recruit a friend number in my first video. I'm not telling you to use mine. Go use your friends. Support your friends. You know, get with other people that are playing. Ask, hey, who's doing this? You guys, and you need that recruit a friend code or number when you start your account. If you create your account and you're going to play the game, you need that number in hand, right? And it does help them too. I mean, they get some things if you join, but you get it too, right? So you both get basically the same thing: a little bit extra talent points, a little bit extra in-game money, and some materials and stuff. Now, I don't know if you do it more than once, if you get more than one. Like, I don't know if 100 people use my recruit a friend code that I get. You know, if it's 1 million quanta or 1 million points, if I get that for everybody, I seriously doubt that. I think it's a one-time deal. So I'm not trying to see. I'm kind of curious, but I'm not really trying to see and go down that road. I'm just giving you guys my code so you can get the stuff that you would normally get if you did not use a recruiter friend code. So again, use your friend's code before you use mine. Do that two-factor authentication because you get more stuff there too. And I put on this sign, have a plan for launch that gets you where you want to go with the game. Everybody wants something different. Some people want to build, some people want to mine, sell their ore, some people want to build ships, some people want to build other things, right? Some people want to build buildings. There's so much. Some people want to go in here and create code so that Lua script and stuff like that, so that you can do different things with factories and ships, and you can display. You could build a big display with monitors here that says what the status of your factory is. Oh, I'm getting low on coal. I need to add more. I need to go get more coal, or I'm getting low on limestone, or this or that. I mean, and it tells you if something stopped, what stopped, and you can go research it and say, okay, what's wrong? Is there a transfer unit that quit working, or what's going on? And you can troubleshoot it. So there's people that build these big intricate displays. If you go back to one of my videos, I showed you the ZVET base, and we've got a huge honking control room that showed us everything. But that was really kind of a minor show compared to what some people have. So there's a lot of stuff to do in the game. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope this video helped. And everybody have a great launch, and we'll see you in the game.